Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the Beautiful sent Taylor Hayes back home with a death sentence looming. But this storyline starts with some huge holes in it for the viewers of the CBS soap. First, Taylor is a world-renowned psychiatrist, which means she also has an MD attached to her credentials. So, how she goes about this sounds fishy to fans from the get-go. This leads viewers to believe she won't die. Instead, she gets a misdiagnosis, a miracle cure, or a guardian angel. And that guardian angel theory ends up being someone who will push Steffy Forrester over the edge. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, had to confide in someone. This way the Bold and the Beautiful viewers would know what she was going through. So confiding in Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, was the way to go. Another doctor asking all the right questions helps the soap pass along the diagnosis to the audience. Plus, the two women share a personal connection with their children married to each other, and as grandmothers to the same kids. The first odd piece of this comes with her lack of seeing a cardiologist. Taylor never said what type of doctor diagnosed her heart failure, but she told Lie that she didn't see a cardiologist. Then, she also told Lie that the symptoms worsened, so something was ailing her. Bold and the Beautiful fans assumed she saw a general practitioner. Instead of following up on her diagnosis any further, she hopped a plane home to be with her family. The same family she plans to keep in the dark regarding her illness. Bold and the Beautiful viewers offered all types of saves for the dying psychiatrist. Many go back to Eric Forrester's, John McCook, latest death scare, and his miracle cure. Many viewers think that's where the soap will go with Taylor. But other fans see devious plots and odd storylines coming together for Bold and the Beautiful's Taylor Hayes. Some think this death sentence leads to her marrying Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye. Even more off the wall, some suggest the wedding goes off with Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, blessing. But that's only because everyone eventually learns Taylor Hayes is dying. Of course, Finn could pull off another miracle for his wife's family. Dr. John Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, could find another experimental treatment and get Taylor signed up for that. But the most bizarre, strange, and surely intriguing suggestion for a plot has to do with Sheila Carter, Kimberlin Brown, helping Taylor. Well, it won't tear out your heart, but someone else gets their heart torn out in this fan-suggested theory. Then it works as a save for Taylor Hayes. This is a far-fetched idea, but it would bring tons of drama to the screen if you can imagine this storyline. This plot entails the death of a popular character and leaving Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood, a mess when all is said and done. Well, here goes. Much like Katie Logan, Heather Tom, from years back, Taylor Hayes will need a heart transplant. So what if Sheila Carter happened to be the donor in this Bold and the Beautiful suggested plot? She would have to be dead, so either an accident, her past catching up to her, or she takes her own life, but she dies in this theorized plot. So, her husband, Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, signs away her heart to Taylor Hayes. She gets the transplant and lives, but, and this is a big but, how will Steffy feel about her mother being kept alive by Sheila's heart? Fans hopped all over this Bold and the Beautiful plot online. They suggest this storyline will come with the ick factor for her daughter. Steffy's hatred for Sheila would likely cause her some worry if her mother walked around with Sheila's transplanted heart. The sky is the limit on what the soap can do with this. Maybe Bold and the Beautiful could borrow some ideas from horror movies and suddenly have Taylor acting like Sheila Carter. Not the new and improved Mrs. Sharp, but the one who cut off her toe. Viewers also suggest that while it is an interesting concept, it is unlikely killing off Sheila is an option they would consider. Maybe if Steffy needed a heart, but not for a brand new Taylor. So most fans think the drama will play out for a dying Taylor Hayes. But when they've squeezed enough out of this plot, the CBS soap will suddenly find a way to keep her alive. The sun barely pierced through the gauzy curtains of the Forrester estate, casting long shadows across a morning no one would forget. Taylor Hayes, world-renowned psychiatrist, devoted mother, and longtime object of Ridge Forrester's undying affection, was gone. At least, that's what everyone had been told. The official story was tragic, yet keen. Taylor had been found unconscious in her Malibu beach house, unresponsive, with no signs of foul play. Paramedics declared her dead upon arrival. The news traveled through the Forresters, Logans, and Spencers like wildfire, leaving behind ashes of disbelief, grief, and speculation. But something didn't add up, and Brooke Logan was the first to say it out loud. "I know Taylor," she told Ridge, her tone more fierce than mourning. "She's not careless. She wouldn't just die. Not without a fight." Ridge, tormented and hollow-eyed, had said nothing. But the silence wasn't agreement, it was confusion. Because even he felt it. Something about Taylor's death smelled fishy. It began with Steffi. In the quiet haze of grief, she visited her mother's beach house one last time alone. She needed closure. But when she walked through the glass doors, something struck her as off. The house was spotless, almost too spotless. Taylor was a minimalist, sure, but a woman who lived there had left no trace. No perfume, no scattered journals, not even a cup in the sink. Taylor wore a very specific scent, one that Steffi would recognize anywhere. And it was nowhere. The place didn't smell like her mother. It didn't smell like anyone, like it had been sterilized. Worse, her favorite mug, the blue ceramic one with "Mind Over Madness" etched on the side, was missing. Steffi remembered that detail vividly, and it chilled her to the core. Back at Forrester Creations, Ridge threw himself into sketching, but his mind was far away. When Thomas walked in, clutching a single red rose he had brought from Taylor's grave, Ridge snapped. "She didn't want a funeral," he muttered, pacing. "She wanted to be cremated. She said it all the time. Why was she buried? I don't care what the coroner said." Ridge exploded. "Taylor hated the idea of being buried, and I signed off on it without even questioning it. Why?" Thomas didn't have an answer, but the question stuck in his mind like a thorn. Sheila Carter, presumed dead yet again after her latest run-in with the law, was seen, by no fewer than 3 people, lurking in the parking garage of the hospital the day Taylor died. The sightings were shaky, unconfirmed, but the possibility was enough to ignite a firestorm. "You were involved with her," she hissed, eyes narrowed. "Don't lie to me. Was Sheila in that hospital?" Deacon hesitated. "I don't know. Maybe. I've heard things." "But Brooke, if Sheila had anything to do with Taylor's death, we're all in danger." Brooke wasn't deterred. If Sheila's involved, then Taylor might not even be dead. The theory took root: Taylor had faked her death. But why? And how? Detective Alex Sanchez reopened the case under pressure from the Forrester family. Exhuming the body required legal gymnastics. But when the casket was finally opened, what they found turned the entire case on its head. It wasn't Taylor. Styled to look like Taylor, dressed in her favorite silk wrap, and eerily lifelike, but cold, fake, and very much not human. The room spun. Ridge collapsed. Steffi screamed. Brooke grabbed Donna's hand so tightly she left marks. If Taylor wasn't dead, where was she? Steffi's cell buzzed late one night. An unknown number. She almost didn't answer, but something urged her to. "No time. I'm safe. For now. But I had to disappear. Sheila isn't just alive. She's working with someone powerful. Someone inside Forrester. I couldn't tell you. It wasn't safe." The call ended before Steffi could respond. Her heart raced. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Her mother was alive. All signs pointed to Sheila, yes, but there was someone else pulling the strings. All roads led to Eric Forrester's personal assistant, Penelope Vance, a seemingly forgettable woman who'd quietly joined Forrester Creations a few months prior. Nobody noticed her. Nobody questioned her. Turns out, Penelope wasn't Penelope at all. She was Prudence Steele, former pharmaceutical executive turned disgraced biotech hacker, who had a long and twisted history with both Taylor and Sheila. Her motive? Revenge. Not against Taylor, but against the Forresters for something that happened years ago. Taylor, uncovering Prudence's secret past, had been targeted. But Taylor had been one step ahead, working with an underground investigative firm. Her death was the only way to expose the truth. Now, with the secret out, Taylor was preparing to return, but not alone. As the Forrester clan gathered in the living room, stunned by the latest revelations, a car pulled into the driveway. The figure that stepped out was familiar, and yet completely transformed. Her hair was shorter, her eyes sharper. She wore black and carried a briefcase. "Don't say anything," she said, before anyone could speak. "There's no time. We're in more danger than ever. And the person behind this? They're closer than you think." The camera panned to the hallway, where a figure watched from the shadows.